Yo, what's going on, everybody? Governor Dip coming at you guys with another one. Round two of my thank you videos for the people who did contribute to this Crypto's Got Talent. Guys, I really do appreciate all of these people. This one is about Saitama, guys. We all know about Saitama. Saitama was actually one of the first cryptocurrencies that I chose to actually cover, and for good reasoning, just because they had a formula together that made me feel like this crypto was one of the ones that was going to go far regardless to the FUD or anything else that ends up happening with it. I think that this is always going to be a solid crypto. So one of my favorites, always going to be one of my favorites regardless to the FUD or anything else that happens. I just believe in the actual roadmap of things that are actually going to happen with Saitama. So just a quick review and overview of some things that I like about Saitama. One, Saitama has docs developers. It has 6 in total. All of them are docs, which is an important thing to a lot of investors, being able to see who exactly is in charge of the money, who's doing this, that, and the third. So that also leads me to the 2% redistribution and the 2% burn per transaction. So that's also an important thing as far as the mechanisms that you want to see inside of that contract there, just because you want to see some type of burn and some type of reflections to the holders. That's just intriguing factors that make people kind of want to dig a little bit deeper into Saitama and see what they're all about as far as their catalyst and use case and things of such. We're almost at 325,000. I'm going to say that one more time, 325,000 holders, and still growing, still steadily growing, guys, regardless to the fact that there's still a couple issues going on with the SAITAMASK currently, which is the Saitama's current use case. It's technically live right now, but it has been told to us that there's a couple updates that need to be made. They're still adding liquidity for other tokens, and they're still getting a couple things together. They built it from scratch, and they're trying to make sure things are as compatible and user friendly for everybody. So I don't mind waiting a little bit longer. I know everybody else is kind of impatient because of the deadlines given, and kind of not being the deadlines at that time period. But my whole standpoint on this is that things happen, especially in beginning startup businesses, and that's basically what Saitama is, a startup business, and it's doing quite well for what it originally came out at. So we go back. Let's just go ahead and see the progress that it's made previously. So you can see that it definitely climbed up the mountain and kind of maintained a little bit throughout all of the FUD and the different things. Of course, I believe what is this? Yeah, around the November time, the launch. We all know what happened around that time. There was a dramatic drop. Then Saitama kind of stabilized from there, and then we've been waiting for news as far as the state of the mass release. So with the SAITAMASK not currently being released right this second, the chart has reflected a little bit. I think a lot of the paper hands have ended up leaving at this point, and the diamond hand people slash people that were looking for some type of an entry position are starting to try to come in at these points, just because it's low right now. But once we really get down to the nitty gritty and we actually get to the point that the SAITAMASK is released, I do think we're going to see significant changes, especially once they release all of the tokens are on there, the liquidity is added, and we go ahead and transition to the Lily launch, which is really going to rapidly excel that burn, I feel like. So once we get that burn accelerated, things are really starting to look better in Saitama's favor. I feel like a lot more attention, which Saitama already has attention on it, whether it be good or bad attention. It's all press. So regardless to people talking FUD or people talking great about Saitama, I feel like it's all press that's going to keep continually pushing Saitama through this scenario. So I definitely feel like this is still going to be a hot ticket. There are some people saying that it's lost a lot of its momentum, the hype is gone, this, that, and the third. I don't feel like that is the case. I do feel like there is going to be a little bit of a reset to a certain extent, just because people were expecting the SAITAMASK to come out and for it to be this amazing thing, which I still think SAITAMASK is going to be amazing. I still think it's going to come out strong. It's just that they're trying to tweak and critique it to the best of their ability, so that I feel like they don't want any more issues after the issues they had initially. So they're trying to do their best to make sure everything and all of the ducks are in a row this time before they physically do anything else as far as like launching Lily and everybody else can't get into the app or anything else like that. So I appreciate Russ and the entire development team for understanding that this is an issue and trying to resolve the issue without a lack of transparency, if you will. I know a lot of people were saying that they wanted them to communicate more, and then there were people that said they wanted them to communicate less. So there has to be some type of happy medium, I feel like, and this is just in my opinion, as far as the Saitama and Wolfpack community, because Saitama, I feel like, helped build a lot of different communities around it. All of these different cryptos that are kind of building off of the let me say I would say the hype off of SAITAMASK and the volume that is going to come to them. Some of them even just being listed on SAITAMASK gain volume just for that. So SAITAMASK is helping the cryptos around it, including Saitama itself. So we're seeing a lot of different things happen if you pay attention. I know it's not the most movement on the chart right now. Like I said, they're waiting. People are waiting for a fully functional SAITAMASK to really buy into it, to really start buying it so that they can have their Saitama already set up for Lily and everything like that. So I feel like everybody's just trying to get themselves in place, but they're trying to time the market, which is something that I don't really try to do often, especially not with Saitama, just because of the rapid growth you see sometimes. People buy this by the chunk. Like the smallest buys I was seeing recently was like 20 and 30 Ethereum. Then it started to get a little bit smaller after that. But these are significant buys, but there are significant sales with it also. So it seems like there's, like I said, just like a kind of a limbo, more or less, or a consolidation phase where it kind of goes up and down within a small channel here. Just because we have not had that SAITAMASK release yet. Well, fully functional SAITAMASK release yet. And Lily also. So once we have all of those components put together, plus what SAITAMASK already brings to the table, the play to earn game, the NFT market, the crypto education, the great business relationships that Saitama has been building, the amazing platform that is going to be coming out soon, guys. I have very high faith in this, just because when everybody fears, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like that's usually a time to kind of collect and not financial advice at all, but usually a pretty good time to collect and add to your bag and make sure your bags are packed. Just me personally, only on solid projects that I know for a fact are not going anywhere, like Saitama. Saitama is Saitama's not going anywhere. Saitama's strong, and Saitama has one of the biggest and best communities out there, to be 110% honest, and they'll bend over backwards to try to help any other community or invite any other community in, especially since the concept of the SAITAMASK came out and us being united kind of making a bigger community. Even though everybody wouldn't be considered as the wolf pack, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure a majority of the people who are in these other crypto communities began probably investing in Saitama or in some way, shape, or form in the wolf pack. Some of them actually created some of these tokens off of money from Saitama. You know what I mean? Like that's it's interesting facts out there, man, that people are not paying attention to, rather than the FUD that is going around and kind of plaguing the Twitter space and YouTube all around, kind of giving people a bad taste about Saitama and a bad image, I feel like. But Saitama is still the Saitama that we knew and loved, I feel like, and it's going to all kind of fade away once the SAITAMASK is fully functional and released, I feel like. So that's my personal opinion. Everybody does not have to feel that way, but it's just what it is. But what's going on, Bree? T with crypto, Marky Mark, and Buddy with the name that I cannot pronounce. I'm not gonna name that name kicked my ass. I really appreciate you guys for stopping by on this short clip there. I just wanted to kind of stop in, talk about Saitama. There's a lot more that I can say about Saitama, in all honesty. But I kind of want to keep these clips as short as possible, kind of short, sweet, and brief. We all know about Saitama. I've been talking about Saitama for months. I've been in Saitama for months. Have I taken profits from Saitama? Yeah, that's how you're supposed to move in crypto. Have I tried to completely destroy my position because I lost faith in Saitama? No, and I don't plan on losing faith in Saitama anytime soon. Just because I have a pretty good feeling, and I love, like I said, I love the roadmap of what Saitama is going to be once they get over the kinks of this SAITAMAS issue that they're having. Once the SAITAMAS is fully functional and Lily comes out, that Hyperburn starts to kick in, the FOMO starts to kick in from people understanding that the SAITAMAS is actually out functional and ready to go. And then those upgrades come into play, the Apple Pay, the NFT market, and everything else that's kind of going to come into play with the play to earn game. I think it might be game over, guys. That's just my personal opinion. I think there's going to be a quiet storm brewing because it's not really going to happen until SAITAMAS is released and people start to really feel that FOMO come in. So Saitama will always be a solid and one of my favorite cryptocurrency projects because it brought me into a lot of different other projects and also made a wide networking base for me to learn a lot more about crypto and for me to meet new people that would help me advance kind of my crypto career, if that makes sense. So shouts out to Saitama, the entire Saitama development team. Russ was the one that actually donated the tokens, but still shout out to the entire team because they're involved in this regardless. And I really appreciate all of them. So thank you for your hard work and the time that you guys are taking out to try to figure out these issues. And I hope everything goes well, guys. I will be standing by and holding my back in the meantime, guys. Hopefully, I see you guys within a couple of these other content clips. I told you guys I'm drinking Red Bull and I'm up late tonight, guys. I'm trying to knock these out because I want these cryptocurrency companies to know that I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for their contributions of what they put in as far as the cryptocurrency and with the Cryptos Got Talent that is going to be tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, guys. So if you got a little time, stop in, and I appreciate all of you guys for chilling with me for a little bit. Keep cuffing that dip, and I'm out there.